I realize is so ironic about these videos is that it seems like I have all the answers and I don't. And so I should just call this as much like research question conundrums and things I've learned along the way as tips. Nonetheless, I'm trying to create these as being helpful and useful. So here are some things that I think about when I'm putting together research questions. One of the things is that I think about the research problem rather than the research topic. So what is the problem that I'm trying to solve or shed light on, or what is the issue that I'm trying to emulate? Also, it's really important for me to think of the audience. Who's going to care about this research question? Who cares if it's being answered? If I cannot identify an audience for which the research question is interesting and important, then it doesn't really matter. And then the last thing, and this is something that I feel like I've been able to articulate better over the last few years, is how helpful it is to have your research question, at least early on, really point to the empirical rather than just the conceptual. We have a tendency, we scholarly types, to like to jump right to the theoretical. But the thing is that really makes it difficult to know what we're gathering in our space when we're doing participant observation and interviews. And so let me give an example to describe this. So I'm interested in emotional labor, emotive dissonance, and identity. And certainly I could create a research question that had those words in it and ask things like, well, what can we learn about emotive dissonance in this scene and the self-subordination of employees in the process of engaging in organizational norms of emotional performance? Blah, 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 blah. That's all really good, and it connects up with my conceptual cocktail party, my audience, but it doesn't really tell me what I'm going to be examining in the scene. So what could be a research question instead? All right, so I wrote this down, so let me take a look at it here. So if I'm interested in those same things, one of my research questions might ask something like, how do my participants express emotion in the form of jokes, storytelling, and nonverbal communication? So this is an empirical research question. It tells me immediately that I need to be paying attention to jokes, storytelling, and nonverbal communication. And so it helps me know what sort of interview questions to ask and what I should be paying attention to in participant observation or document analysis. And it might be that then from that I might have a secondary research question that says, well, what does all of this tell us about the challenges of emotional labor? Right? So really kind of figuring out how you can move your research question so it's empirical first and then connecting to the conceptual will help serve as a better map and help you get into the direction that you need to be going sooner.